It has one other thing that I haven't talked about much in the past about one of the aspects of water, and that is the hydrate has an abundance of the element carbon, and it's in a tetravalent form, which is kind of complicated, but it just means 4 atoms of carbon combined. And you should be aware how important this is, because carbon is at the foundation of all life on our planet. So just to summarize, hydrate may help support, and we say may help support because there are limitations as to what we can say. I wish I could tell you everything that I've experienced and others have experienced trying out this product, Hydrate, but I can't. So I'm going to just put it in the context of may help support. Of course, we've already talked about the alkaline pH. We've talked about hydration, but it also helps support digestion. Again, how can you get healthy if you're eating properly, but you're not getting good digestion, which means that you're not getting good absorption of the things that you're eating? It helps with elimination. I don't know how many times I've talked to people who had problems with elimination. It's something we all do. We don't like to talk about it, but it's something that you have to have in order to be healthy. I've talked about detoxification, but it also, the hydrate also helps with free radical scavenging. So you hear about products that fight free radicals, but the hydrate is a completely different product in terms of how it accomplishes free radical scavenging. So you imagine your body being about 70% water, your blood being 80, is in cases as much as 90% just water. Can you imagine if all that water had the ability to scavenge free radicals? And as a conclusion, you have to have the foundation of health. You have to have the right amount of the right kind of water. I've been talking with people for years trying to help them with their health. And when I ask them about their water, it's like looking at a deer in the headlights. They have this look like, well, what's the big deal with water? But as soon as people start understanding that water is the most important thing that they can do besides breathing, drinking water is that foundation. And as I said, it's never going to change. But when people start to really get a handle on that, there's a transformation that takes place. So we really need to be focused on being healthy, but we need to be focused also on the foundation. And as I said, that is never going to change. It's always going to be drinking the right amount of the right kind of water.
Awesome, Fred. I really appreciate it. And every time I listen to you, it just makes me think that, man, we need to get this word out to everybody that we know. It just changes everything that you're doing. I mean, the food that you're eating, the toxins, and the issue that we run into is even when we're trying to do everything as perfectly as we can, we still don't have control of the environment that we live in. As you mentioned, the foods and the drinks that we're eating are typically acidic, but our body's acidic by nature. The way that it digests, the way that our muscles build up lactic acid, the way that stress, the body deals with stress and stuff like that. So the issues that you run into, if you're not actively doing something to combat that acid, it's just kind of a matter of time. And we didn't go into it on this. I'll just mention it super briefly that it has been proven the disease can only survive in an acidic environment. Disease cannot survive in an alkaline environment. And so people in 2020, people are dying of dehydration. There's no way that should be possible, and they're drinking water. So, and what I'm talking about here specifically is athletes, high school athletes, junior high athletes, even college and professional athletes within the last 5 years have died from dehydration in one practice, and they drank water. So what Fred's saying is 100% true. Just drinking water is not necessarily hydrating the body, especially if you have some other factors that the body's dealing with, like exhaustion, heat, mineral depletion, all of the things that are happening when you're working hard outside. And so I just want to, again, thank you for your time. We're super, super excited about bringing this product to the market, working with you, and really spreading the word across the world. So with that, Fred, again, I really appreciate your time. I thank you for all the hard work and dedication. I mean, think about that, folks. He's talking about 50 years of doing his own research and trying to figure out what he can do for himself. And then once he helped himself with and he could go into it, a lot of the health conditions that Fred was dealing with are debilitating. I mean, miserable. And so he's extremely, you know, focused on figuring out what he can do when the doctors are just kind of guessing and as he said, experimenting. And so once he figured that out, he thought, well, man, I wonder if this works for other people. And he's really been on a mission for the you know, for decades of getting this knowledge that he's learned himself and getting it to other people. And we're on a mission with BEpic for one main thing. If we're going to break it down to what is our number one goal with our product line, our number one goal is to simply add more life to people's years. I feel that the doctors are focused on adding more years to your life, meaning you're living longer. But a lot of that, so many people the last 5, 10, 15, 20 years is just miserable because the doctors haven't really focused on adding life to your years, meaning if I pass away at 85 years old, I want to be capable, even if I didn't do it that morning, I want to be capable of going golfing, going to the gym, going fishing, doing whatever it is, going hiking, whatever it is that I love to do. I want to be capable of doing that on my last day here on earth. And that's what our goal is with our company. That's what our goal is with our products, is to not just have people live longer, is to have them have more life in those years so that they can actually function and do the things that they want to do, pick up their grandkids, play with their grandkids, play with their great-grandkids, et cetera, et cetera. So again, Fred, I think this is a huge addition to our product line because no matter what we create, no matter how incredible the ingredients on the label are, if it's not getting absorbed into the body or if the body has too many other toxins into it, it's going to be focused on that life or death situation, that maintaining the alkalinity of the blood. That's what your body's focused on all day long, every day, because if that changes even a little bit, you're done. That's fatal. And so it's also going to be focusing on removing these toxins. It's not really concerned about this new ingredient that you just swallowed because it's an overdrive trying to take care of this mess that's already going on. And so when we can actually start to clear that out, when we can take these nutrients and deliver them perfectly right into the cells of the body, it's life-changing. So again, Fred, we really appreciate it. And we're excited about this product. So again, thanks again. And we'll be talking to you soon.
Thank you, Dan. It's going to be exciting what we see coming in the future. And just to focus on what you just said, imagine people who have already been using your other products. They start now taking those products with hydrate in their water, and it's going to be a noticeable difference. I believe people are going to be excited once they get involved.
For sure. Thanks, Fred.
Thank you, Dan.